So their plan was to just mail the videotape off to some record labels and let their performance speak for itself. They all sat down in front of the TV, and Roderick put the tape in the machine. But it took about 30 seconds for everyone to realize the tape was worthless. You know how Roderick asked Mom to videotape the show? Well, she did a pretty good job of filming. But she talked non-stop during the first 2 minutes, and the camera picked up every little comment she made. Things like, "That shirt makes Roderick's arms look so skinny." Every time Bill stuck out his tongue and flicked it up and down like a rock star, you could hear Mom ring in with her opinion. "I don't like that." In fact, the only time Mom stopped talking was when Roderick did his drum solo. But during that part, the camera was shaking around so much that you couldn't even see anything. At first, Roderick and his bandmates were really mad. But then one of them remembered that the school taped the talent show, and it's supposed to be on the local cable channel tomorrow night. I guess that means they'll all be coming back over to watch that. Thursday. Well, things have gotten really bad for me in the last few hours. Roderick and his bandmates came over around 7 o'clock tonight to watch the talent show on TV. They sat through the whole 3-hour show until their band came on. The school actually did a decent job of taping the performance, and things were looking pretty good, up until Roderick's drum solo. That's when Mom started dancing. And whoever was doing the filming zoomed right in on Mom and kept the camera pointed at her for the rest of the song. That meant Roderick didn't have anything he could send to record companies. And he was really mad about it, too. At first, he was mad at Mom for messing things up, but Mom said that if Roderick didn't want people to dance, he shouldn't play music. Then, Roderick turned on me. He said this was all my fault, because if I just taped the show like he asked me to, none of this would have happened. But I told him that maybe if he wasn't such a jerk, I would have done it for him. We started to yell at each other. Mom and Dad broke us up, and then they sent Roderick down to his room and me up to mine. But a couple of hours later, I went downstairs and I ran into Roderick in the kitchen. He was smiling, so I knew something was up. Roderick told me my secret was out. At first, I didn't know what he was talking about. But then I got it. He was talking about the thing that happened to me this summer. I ran down to the basement, and I picked up Roderick's phone to see if he had made any calls. And sure enough, it looked like he had called every friend of his who had a brother or sister my age. By tomorrow morning, everyone at my school will know the story, and I'm sure Roderick exaggerated the facts to make the story sound even worse. Now that my secret's out there, I want to put on record what really happened, and not Roderick's twisted version. So here it goes. Over the summer, me and Roderick had to stay with Grandpa at his condo in Leisure Towers for a few days. But there was nothing to do, and I was going bonkers. I was so bored, I broke out my old journal and started to write in it. But taking out a book that said diary on the cover in front of Roderick was a huge mistake. Roderick stole my journal and made a run for it. He probably would have made it into the bathroom and locked the door if someone hadn't left the Gutbusters game sitting out. He tripped right over it. I scooped the book off the floor and ran out into the hallway and down the stairwell. Then, I ducked into the bathroom in the main lobby and locked myself in a stall. I kept my feet off the floor so that if Roderick came in, he wouldn't know I was in there. I knew that if Roderick got a hold of my journal, it would be a nightmare. So I decided to just rip the whole thing into tiny little pieces and flush them down the toilet. It was better to just destroy the thing than risk Roderick getting his hands on it. But as soon as I started ripping pages out of the book, I heard the bathroom door open. I thought it was Roderick, so I just stayed completely still. I didn't hear anything, so I peeked over the top of the stall to see what was going on. That's when I saw a woman standing in front of the mirror putting on makeup. I figured the lady just accidentally wandered into the men's room, because people at leisure towers are always doing stuff like that.
실용의 핵심 문장을 영어로 말해보는 스피킹 시간입니다. 오늘도 6문제 준비했고요. 자, 첫 번째. 그들은 그것을 보기 위해 다시 집에 올 거라는 것이다. They will all be coming back over to watch that. 두 번째, 엄마 아빠는 우리를 떨어뜨려 놓았다. Mom and Dad broke us up. 세 번째, 처음에 그는 일을 망친 엄마한테 화가 났었다. At first, he was mad at Mom for messing things up. 네 번째, 할 일이 아무것도 없어서 난 미칠 것 같았다. There was nothing to do and I was going bonkers. 다섯 번째, 난 진짜 무슨 일이 일어났는지 기록으로 남기고 싶다. I want to put on record what really happened. 여섯 번째, Roderick은 나의 기록장을 빼앗아 필사적으로 도망갔다. Roderick stole my journal and made a run for it. 네, 오늘은 여기까지입니다. 감사합니다.